Okay, so tonight we will talk about more about the Easter assignment that we will submit on the 15th of the April, okay, which is next Wednesday, okay. So for the question type, we have mentioned lots about the similarities and differences, but this time I want to focus more on the impacts on quality of life, okay, because, okay, based on page, okay, 13th here, okay, we now have a new aspect on quality of life, which is the political aspect. Okay, so in this video, there will be 2 PowerPoints in total, and the 2 PowerPoints has actually been uploaded, okay, to the classroom, okay, so you can see that the Phase 5 Easter assignment PowerPoint, as well as the impact on quality of life, that we will focus on the political aspect, okay, both of them has been uploaded. Okay, so before looking deep into the Easter assignment, let's take a look on the impact on quality of life about the political aspect. Okay, so these will be some keywords related to the political aspect. As we can see that, okay, if we want to judge whether, okay, in political aspect something is good or bad, as we know that it's very simple, okay, political aspect is related to the government, okay, to the government. So that if, okay, for example, some council, like a legislative council, if, okay, they are being elected, okay, they are voted by people versus, okay, only the leader, only the chief executive who choose it, okay, the leader choose it, versus the citizens themselves vote it, okay, so which of them, okay, will be more fair, or which of them will receive more public support, or which of them will reflect more of people's view? Of course, okay, are the ones who are selected by us. Okay, so we will use some wordings like this. Okay, for example, if, okay, we have more freedom, okay, we have more choices to choose for what we want to be some council members, okay, then the council members or even the council itself will be more representative, okay, that it can, okay, if I agree that, okay, we should give more money to support the poor, okay, and then select one council member out, then the council member actually can reflect my own view, okay, so that actually there will be more people to support the government, as well as, okay, the credibility, okay, and that more people will trust the government as well as the council. Okay, so these are a few keywords that can be used in the political aspect, but maybe it is still very abstract. Okay, so we will take the example of the legislative council, okay, which we have done in the class-based assignment as an example. Okay, so there will be 2 changes. I just enlarged the moon, okay, full screen, okay. So there are 2 examples in total, 2 changes that we can see in the Legislative Council in Hong Kong, okay, which are the appointment method as well as the number of Legislative Council members. I give you 5 seconds to think of any changes in the appointment method. Okay, who choose those members? The other point is, do you remember the number of legislative council members in the past? How many? And then now, how many? Were there an increase or decrease in number? Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so for the appointment method, okay, as we can see that, okay, if we remember, okay, in the past, they were chosen by the governor, the leader of Hong Kong. But for now, people can directly vote. They can choose, okay, their, okay, legislative council members by themselves. Okay, so you can think of, okay, in the past, I have no right to choose. Now I can choose. So will people feel more happy or not happy, and why? If They have their rights to make their own decisions. And we can think of those concept words that we have mentioned. That's if you have something you want to do, if you have some ideas you want to express, okay? If you can choose your own representative, your own members, can they be able to express your view, to show your ideas out in the council? Okay, based on this direction, that means through the council members, if you can vote them, if you can choose them, okay, you can now use the council members to voice out your own needs and concerns in the legislative council. So what does that mean if you can voice out your needs? That means, okay, please relate it back to the quality of life. If you can voice out, then something called political rights, okay, can be protected. Okay, and more important is the government will know what the people really needs. Okay, both your rights are protected as well as the government will know what you need, and the government will try its best to act according to people's needs. Okay, because the government now know. Okay, and make sure the citizens become more satisfied. Okay, this can be one point. Okay, positive point if you have more rights to vote. Okay, let's see if this one can also be used in the form-based assignment. Okay, the second change you can see is the number of the legislative council members. Okay, in the past only 4 of them. Okay, and in 20 something, okay, 2012, okay, if you remember, okay, there was actually 70, okay, legislative council members in total. Okay, so you may very abstract think of one thing, okay, the number. Of course, okay, there were more. But is this good or bad to have more legislative council member? You can think of an example. Imagine, okay, your own class, okay, no matter 2A or 2B you are in, okay, your own class need to select some representative, okay, to respond to the school, okay, about the quality of your food in tuck shop. Okay, so there are 2 types of members. One member, okay, always say that we should eat healthily. Okay, so she will just choose, okay, she will insist that tuck shop should only have salad, only have vegetables to eat. Okay, this is the first type of student. The second one say that, okay, it is always the most important to be delicious. Okay, so that's why the tuck shop should only have fried food. Okay, deep fried food. I only want delicious. Okay, so none of them are wrong. Okay, the first one, okay, love vegetable, love salad. She thinks we should be healthy. Okay, the second one think that the food should always be fried, should be delicious. Also, she has nothing wrong. Okay, but if now tell you that each class, okay, while having these 2 types of ideas, but each class you can only choose one representative. Okay, either the vegetable one or the fried food one. Okay, so of course, okay, if more people select her, then she can be the representative. But even if she is elected, do you think she can represent the views of all the students in the class? Is it necessary that every student in the class either support the vegetable or support the fried food only? Okay, or in fact, there should be more than one view. Okay, so you may think about that. If there are really more than one view, okay, there are students who love healthy, there are students who really love delicious food. If there are really two needs, is it better to have both of the representative than only one representative? Can it really reflect more views of the people? Okay, just take the same example back to the Legislative Council. If there are more Legislative Council members, okay, both, okay, the one who love fried food and the vegetable ones, okay, they can have their voices, okay, out. Okay, they will have their representative for both of their voices. That's why if we have more legislative council members, okay, we will have more different kinds of voices. Just like in the society, there are people with different views, with different needs. Some say we should help the poor first. Some say we should make the education good first. Some say we should take care of the elderly first, etc. There are many different people with many different views. Okay, so if there are more legislative council members, then we can simultaneously, okay, at the same time, we can serve the interests of different kinds of people. Okay, so that's why, okay, we can satisfy the needs of different stakeholders at the same time. Okay, so it is something good to have more legislative council members because it can reflect more different kinds of views. Okay, everyone's concern, everyone's views can be, okay, take care. Okay, but is it necessarily good to have many legislative council members or many class representatives? And why should we have representatives then? Why don't just simply 30 something students, all the students can become representative in the discussion with the school's tuck shop to improve its food set standard? Okay, why not just every classes, okay, 30 students and then so many hundred of students sitting together for the discussions? Will it be more efficient or less efficient? Will it take longer or less time if there are really many more and more representatives sitting together? Okay, and you can think of the more people are there, okay, just like you and a friend versus you and 10 friends together and decide what to eat, okay, in your lunch. Okay, just you and a friend or you with 10 friends, okay, will spend more time for you to decide what to eat. Okay, of course, the more people, the more members, the more time, okay, you need to spend for any of the discussion in the whole world. Okay, so there are also some negative points. Okay, with more kinds of members, okay, there will be longer time for discussion. Especially, okay, they are not deciding which food you should choose to eat in your lunch, but they are discussing some social issues. Okay, they actually have the rights to decide which or when the money can be spent, okay, to help the poor, and when to spend to help the poor and to help the ones in need. Okay, if the time is lengthened, if more time is needed for the discussion, the later the needies can receive those aids. Okay, so that's why you can say that this time, okay, there will be some negative impacts, okay, in terms of quality of life, okay, because, okay, with more legislative council members, okay, longer time will be spent, okay, and then to make the decisions. So that's why, okay, the people in need to wait for longer time to wait for the improvement. Okay, so they will be unhappy. Of course, you can interpret as social aspect because this is about the welfare. Okay, and the first one, of course, if mentioned political rights, it must be political, okay, impact. Okay, so it depends on how you use it. Okay, these three can be political aspect. And of course, if you use some word like representative, diversify the ideas, okay, um, political rights, of course, they are political aspect. But if you want to focus on welfare, satisfaction, okay, as well as some different voices, you can also interpret it as the social aspect. Okay, but remember, okay, one of the answer of your form-based assignment should be related to the political aspect. So you can think of which one should be the political aspect. Okay. So this is the conclusion, okay, the teacher version, okay, of this one, okay, about the quality of life of the new composition of Legislative Council on people's quality of life. Okay, just repeat what we have said, okay, in the previous PowerPoint. And again, you have it in your Google Classroom already, okay? Okay, so we move back to our Easter assignment and I talk more, okay? So one of the aspect will be the political aspect, okay? And we will have to base on the source B, okay? So one of the thing, okay, one of the difficult word is, okay, filibustering, okay? Means, okay, actually in 2019, as we know that, okay, more and more people vote, and then the winner finally comes to mainly the pro-democratic candidates. Okay, some of you may support, some of you may not. Okay, but one of the things that really raises concern is, okay, no matter you think it's good or not, okay, the pro-democratic candidates, okay, they always prefer to use an act of filibustering. Okay, means, okay, if there is something they have question with, okay, or they simply not support, okay, then they may just simply keep on asking questions for modifying some bills or proposals, okay. Maybe originally you spend half an hour is enough, but through filibustering, maybe you need to spend 3 or 4 days for the same bills, okay. So it is good or not, okay, to have you need to spend more and more time to make the decision, okay. You think by yourself, okay, filibustering. The second one is, okay, about the district council, in which, okay, it may help you to pick the city's chief executive. Okay, at this moment, we know that we still do not have the right to directly vote for the chief executive. Okay, but through the district councils, can we pick the chief executive now? Okay, if we can pick the chief executive by ourselves, okay, uh indirectly, okay, not directly, but we pick the, okay, district council members first, and then the council members help me to pick the chief executive, okay. Through this indirect, okay, picking or selection, is it better or worse to us, and why? Okay, so be remember, okay, to use those, okay, political aspect wordings, okay. Okay, these kind of wordings, okay, in your okay, answers, okay. So remember to submit it, okay, on the 15th of April, which is a Wednesday, okay. And again, you can find all the materials you need, okay, in the Google Classroom here. Okay, the 5 PowerPoints, and of course this video will also be included here. Okay, so 2 and 2A should have the same thing. Okay, thank you.